stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning, everyone. It's time for the daily reflections. It is Saturday, October 2nd. My cat's trying to get up somewhere. He's having a hard time. I'm sure you could hear. Go, dude, you can make it. No, he failed. Just sitting here watching him struggle. All he wants to do is look out the window. I'll help him out here in a little bit. So, all right, before we get going today, I have a joke. And I'm waiting on people to show up. Actually, God, I'm so sick of that. Okay, anyway, there's probably people on it. I don't know. So I have a joke for you guys today to start off with. And it goes, what do you call a wreath made out of $100 bills? Aretha Franklin. I don't know why I find that so funny, but I do. So, got to stick with those dad jokes, right? Morning, Chris. Good morning, Paula. Good to see you both. And for everybody else, as I haven't said it yet, if you're here, whether it's for the live or the rewatch, please say hi. Yeah, good day, man. Good week. So today we're going to be talking about live and let live. All right. And I think I just want to go ahead and kind of get to it. I got a lot of things on my mind today, all of them. I'm feeling very preachy today. Not preachy, but, feeling that fire, if that makes sense. Feel the fire, man. An entire philosophy of life is condensed in the slogan, live and let live. First, we are urged to live fully, richly, and happily to fulfill our destiny with joy that comes from doing well whatever we do. All right? So that means we're living a good life, that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And morning, Troy on Instagram. Then comes a more difficult challenge, let live. I don't know. Allowing myself to be who I am is kind of, so by nature, I am shy. By nature, I'm not anymore, obviously. But by nature, I was shy. I didn't open my mouth much. I didn't say much. And I'll tell you why, because I didn't feel like anybody wanted to hear what I had to say, nor did I think they gave a fuck. For the most part, I was out of sight, out of mind. And that's where I stayed. Right? So what I did during that part, is I people watched. I was watching you guys. I was. And by the time I was 15 years old, I knew people pretty well. Because by that time, I had also gone into therapy and really started to figure this stuff out. So thanks, Troy. Appreciate it. And welcome, man. We do this every day through Trudging Together and then on Instagram also. So it's good to have you, dude. And then, of course, if you have things where maybe you had a different experience or something you want to say, go ahead and say it, and I'll read it out, man. So then comes a more difficult challenge, and that's to let live, right? But have we gotten to a point where we're okay with ourselves? Are you okay living with yourself? Because the let live is going to be very hard to do without doing the first one first, right? Because everything starts with you. That's right. You're the one blocking yourself from the sunlight of the spirit. Nobody else is doing that to you. Right? Nobody else can. That is a relationship between you and God. Nobody else is even involved. Unless you allow them in, but God isn't doing that. I guarantee it. God has never told anybody else my secrets. Anybody. So to let live, this means accepting the right of every person to live as he or she wishes without criticism or judgment from us. Yes, that is absolutely true. Okay, and here's a fact. You accept them for who they are. Expect it. I know that word, right? That word. I want to see what Paula had to say first, because this might go into something different. We can choose to live in heaven or hell. We live or die in our own head. Point for Paula. Point for Paula. So, yes, expect it. Expect that they're going to lie to you. Expect the things that are going to happen to you, that you can't trust them. Expect all that. Because people do those things. And let them be who they are. Can you do that? Well, I don't know. The motherfucker just stole from me. It's going to be kind of tough, huh? But I guarantee you set yourself up for that. What are your boundaries? Right? See, this can be very, very difficult because we know and we see what's going on with them and we have the answer. And we just want to shove it down their fucking throat and we know we can't. Right? So we do the let live and we be an example for them. Right? Or when they reach out, we reach out without anything. It's just they reach out, hey, how you doing? I'm not even going to bring anything up. How you doing? You doing all right? Great. And they may bring up a life problem. I'm going to talk to them about that. I'm not even going to bring up the alcohol or drugs. Right? Chris is saying we are always going to be human. You know, there's that level of humanity in there, of humanness, where we make mistakes. That's when I say thank God for the 10th step, because it gives us the right to be wrong. The slogan rules out the contempt for those who don't think as we do. It also warns against resentments, reminding us not to interpret other people's actions as intentional inquiries to us. Am I becoming less tempted to involve my mind in the thoughts of how others act or live? Right? So, is your mind on what other people are doing rather than what you're doing? It's all about your intentions. Choose to surrender. Their life is a choice. There's a good one. There's a lot of room for growth. We've got a lot of good stuff going on here. This reminds me of an episode of The Simpsons where Marge becomes a police officer, right? And she starts noticing all the bad that everybody is doing because her intention has changed. Now she notices that how everybody is breaking the law all the time, including her sweet, sweet Homer, right? Well, in the end, she decided she didn't want that job because all she did was focus on the bad of other people, and that was not in her nature. Well, guess what? It's not in your nature. That's why it doesn't feel comfortable. Do you actually feel comfortable? Ask your tummy when you take somebody else's inventory. You ask your tummy how it feels. It ain't gonna feel good. Not if you have any morals or convictions. May I live the life to the fullest, understanding that pure pleasure seeking is not pleasure finding, but that God's goodness is here to be shared. And guess what? You only have to take the tiniest step forward, and he's there. There's a tiny little step. May I learn not to take over the responsibility for another's adult decisions. That is my old controlling self trying just one more time to be the executive director of other people's lives. Today I will remember live and let live. Some good stuff. Paula says that everyone else's lives are none of our business. Truly, if we stay on our side of the street and focus on God and not ourselves, That is true surrender. Correct. And it can be tough. But what we get on the other side is amazing. Amazing things will happen if we decide to follow this and let God do his work. Because I can tell you, he can do things that we cannot. But here, let's think about this. I really want us to take a look at this. Are we doing everything that we can to make the room safe for other people to come in and share their truth? Because that's what we do here. Okay? Go take a look at the 8th tradition. We do a lot of 8th tradition here. Okay? The 8th tradition has to do with creating 12-step work. That's what the 8th tradition is about. That and anonymity and how we pay our people and stuff, right? But the main thing in there is that we create 12-step work. That's exactly what this group is all about. I get messages all the time, and I'm praying for, said, please pray for this person. I got a message last night. They were hurting. I didn't hear it. And I'm caught up in it. Troy is asking from which verse of the Bible. Troy, I'm taking this all from the AA book, so I have no idea. I've never read the Bible. So I know that I stole a part of this. He was talking about when the women had spice and they went to go, they had to move a boulder, but an angel did it instead. And the angel sat on the rock because that was a place where people teach teach from that level. That's where I got it from. So if you guys can put that story together and find it, that's where I got it. That's as much as I have, Troy. I'm sorry. But wow, thank you. That's a very big compliment on people asking me what verse. Troy, check out Romans. That's where all the steps came from. There's also an NIV Bible that is a recovery Bible that lines up with the steps. So she's saying to check out Romans, Troy. All right. We still got 2 minutes left. I think I'd like to dip into the daily reflection. Let's just read it, see what it has to say, and let's close out. The acid test. As we work the first 9 steps, we prepare ourselves for our adventure of a new life. But when we approach step 10, we commence to put our AA way of life to a practical use, day by day, in fair weather or foul. Then comes the acid test. Then comes the acid test. Can we stay sober, keep an emotional balance, and live to good purpose under all conditions? Okay, so that means that we must have no lurking notions. Here's a great way to think about it is okay, my significant other is going out of town this weekend. I have nobody to be accountable to. What's your thought process? And you'll know where you're sitting asking yourself that question. That's not a what if, because someday it's going to happen where you're going to be left to your own devices. And then you're going to realize that it's just you and God. And that you never have to be lonely again. It's nice when my wife leaves me for a couple of days and can trust the fact that I'm not going to do anything different than if she was here. I would have to say, yeah, I act a little different when no one is around because I find myself pretty entertaining and funny. Acid test meeting on Wednesdays in Castle Rock at 7 p.m. Paula, do me a favor and throw that in the Trudging Together group and remind us every week. That's what that group is all about. Right? The Trudging Together group is about being able to get the information that you need on your comfort level. That's why my group is open. If you post something in my group, it's going to go in right away. I hardly ever remove anything, including people that don't. It's funny because there's people out there that don't like me, and then their employees will post on my page. I don't give a fuck. I hope it helps. I do. It's about equality, man. Who cares? Who cares? I just want you to have the best chance that you can. Whether that involves me or not, I don't know. All right, guys, this was a lot of fun. Thank you for being here. Thank you for participating. That's a lot of fun. So, all right, guys, I will be back tomorrow for a daily reflection. Take care of yourselves. Get to a meeting. Talk to your sponsor. Go help somebody, man. I love you guys. Peace out.